Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things you didn't even know had stories. Today's curious question comes from one of our lovely viewers, Snack Queen 92. She asked, "What is girl dinner and why is it so relatable?" Great question, Snack Queen, because if you've ever looked at a plate with one pickle, a bite of cheese, a handful of chips, and thought, "This is dinner now," congrats. You've entered the chaotic, glorious world of girl dinner. So, if you've ever found yourself eating cold fries over the sink or pairing wine with saltines and calling it a tapas night, stick around. Today, we're diving fork first into the trend that's taking over fridges, TikTok, and all our lazy Tuesday nights, right here on Explaining Everything. Girl dinner is not a diet, a fad, or some new Pinterest meal plan. It's more like a beautiful culinary breakdown, a snack plate rebellion, a lazy genius move wrapped in deli meat and existential crisis. At its core, girl dinner is a low-effort, high-satisfaction meal composed entirely of whatever's in your fridge that doesn't require actual cooking. Think 3 grapes, a cheese stick, 3 crackers, a spoonful of hummus, and maybe a leftover spring roll that's definitely seen better days. It's not about nutrition, presentation, or balance. It's about survival. It's about vibes. It's about the holy trinity of dinner goals. No effort, no heat, no dishes. The phrase girl dinner first exploded on TikTok, because of course it did. A creator posted a video showing her dinner, which looked more like what you'd put together if your grocery list just said vibes and chaos. That video resonated deeply because suddenly millions of people were like, "Wait, I do that too. I just didn't know it had a name." And the internet did what it does best. It made it a thing. And that's how girl dinner went from a random video to a full-blown cultural movement, complete with trending hashtags, memes, and enough charcuterie boards to bankrupt your local Trader Joe's. Because let's be honest, traditional dinner takes energy. It involves decisions, timing, a recipe, multiple food groups, possibly an apron. And on most nights, especially when you're mentally exhausted, physically drained, or just not in the mood, that feels like trying to run a marathon in Crocs. Girl dinner says, nah, it skips the rules. It says, you are enough. And so is this piece of leftover birthday cake and half an avocado. It's comforting in its simplicity. It doesn't judge. It doesn't care if there's no protein. It understands that tonight, all you really want is a pickle and some Pringles, and that is a sacred thing. Girl dinner also taps into something deeper, freedom. It's the adult version of when you were a kid and made yourself a Lunchable out of Ritz crackers and cold cuts. It's reclaiming food for yourself, without pressure, expectations, or the invisible voice of your mom asking, "Where are the vegetables?" It's especially relatable for women and anyone who grew up with the idea that dinner needs to be this well-plated, thought-out performance. Girl dinner is the opposite. It's chaotic, personal, sometimes sad, sometimes magical. Sometimes it's a bunch of snacks on a cutting board. Other times it's literally just ice cream and cereal. Either way, it's yours. Here's the secret. You don't have to be a girl to have a girl dinner. We all have our version. Maybe yours is peanut butter from the jar, a tortilla with cheese, and a banana. Maybe it's just chips and 3 slices of cold pepperoni. Maybe it's a protein bar you found under the car seat and some regret. Whatever it is, if you've ever cobbled together something that technically counts as dinner just to avoid doing literally anything else, you've had girl dinner. It's universal. It's unhinged. It's oddly comforting. Just to be clear, girl dinner isn't about skipping meals or glamorizing unhealthy eating habits. It's not, I'm not eating dinner. It's, this is dinner. Big difference. It's not about restriction. It's about rejecting the pressure to make a big deal out of every meal. It's about giving yourself permission to just do the bare minimum and still feel okay about it. Some people romanticize it like it's elegant and chic, like French picnic aesthetic. Others are like, here's my girl dinner, 3 Oreos and a spoonful of ranch. There's no wrong way to do it. That's the whole point. So, what is girl dinner? It's a chaotic meal, a beautiful mess, a fridge-rated collection of edible hope. It's what happens when we're tired, overwhelmed, or just not in the mood to sauté anything. It's the plate of snacks that somehow feeds your soul. It's imperfect, weirdly comforting, and most of all, completely valid. So next time you slap together some crackers, a pickle, and that one chocolate truffle you've been saving, just know you're not alone. You're part of a proud tradition of low-effort culinary survival. Girl dinner isn't just dinner, it's a whole mood. It's also kind of poetic, finding joy in the random, the lazy, the quiet moments of solo snacking. Because sometimes, the most human thing you can do is eat cheese cubes with your fingers and call it self-care. If you enjoy this video, or if you've ever proudly called a handful of olives and a slice of cheese your entire dinner, please like and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.